All right, welcome to Coffee with Marcus and Mark. Seems that today it will be with Marcus only. Mark is having a problem dialing in. I don't know, something's happening on his computer. Still trying to get him to upgrade to a Mac. Well, anyhow, in this show we are going to talk to you about what's happening in the markets and how we are trading it. And what's happening today? Today is Wednesday, August 16th, and yesterday all three major indices closed more than 1% lower. And now, with August halfway done, it looks like stocks are heading for a losing month. But then today, the Fed meeting minutes will be released, and how can this help turn the markets around? And just like this, he appears.
Hey,
Good to see
Marcus.
you. Hey. Okay. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here, I'm Markus Heitkoetter. This super smart guy that just appeared is my head coach, Mark Hodge, and we're real traders who trade live accounts. So therefore, we got a lot of trading experience, and we're showing you how we are trading these crazy markets. So trust me, we know our stuff, and we're not afraid to tell you like it is. So if you're here looking for some honest insights into the fascinating world of trading, you're definitely in the right place. So happy that you were able to dial in. Your browser gave you a little bit of trouble.
It did, but I'm here and I'm happy to be here. And fun markets, Marcus.
Fun markets for sure. So we got to take a look at this. I mean, right now, if you're looking at the markets, the Dow is slightly up, the S&P is slightly up, the Nasdaq is slightly down. But if you take a look at the 5-minute chart, we see that right now markets are just diddling around, which, as we have established, is now a technical term and should be in Investopedia. We'll get it in there somehow.
Yeah, it's a diddle for sure. And I mean, this is where yesterday we had some worries about slowdown in China and some bank concerns, and market sold off. But today, a little bit of a bounce, and traders trying to digest this, figure out what comes next.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about it on the economic calendar for this week. Not too much. Yesterday we had retail sales coming in better than expected. This morning we had building permits coming in slightly lower than expected, but in line with what happened last month. We had the industrial production, but all of these are just yellow or orange flag reports, meaning that they're not moving the markets. I mean, the big one could be the FOMC meeting minutes that are being released this afternoon.
Sure, and this is where the meeting minutes can always be a surprise, right? There's potentially some wording, something in there that wasn't communicated that traders, digest, that are attracted to, and say, "Hey, this is a reason we should be fearful," or "This is a reason why we should be happy and be a buyer." But I think that in since the pandemic, especially, the Fed has done a much better job sharing what is likely to come. And going back to the housing crisis, the financial crisis, it really seemed like traders had no idea what the Fed was going to do next.
Right.
And so here they've been communicating that more, and I think there's less likely to be a surprise.
Exactly, and this is why now it seems also these probabilities that we have here are much more accurate. What traders are expecting, and we see that they're not changing at all. I mean, they have been sitting right there at 88.5% for a no increase, holding rate steady for a few days right now, maybe even a few weeks.
Sure. And I mean, that's because the Fed has said, hey, we're going to keep rates elevated. We're going to pay attention to data. Hey, maybe there's another quarter point, but at this point, we want to make sure we're where we need to be to combat inflation.
Yeah. But then I saw this morning that the news, the S&P broke through the 50-day moving average. Does this mean that we are now in a downturn? Is the next downturn coming? And I used it in today's headline just because I think this is completely exaggerated. What are your thoughts here?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, you have the 50-day moving average, which does act as a possible support level. Investors and traders tend to look at 50 and 200-day moving averages. There are other popular ones as well, but a test of the 50-day moving average can occur on these pullbacks. You can break through at times, but doesn't mean that now we're headed, lower and lower and lower. Not necessarily.
No, I don't think so. I mean, this is a healthy retraction, and we talked about it. I mean, we have been, if you're looking at a monthly chart, we have just been up and away. So right now, it seems that we are on track for a losing month in the S&P, in the Dow, as well as in the Nasdaq. But we're only halfway through. I mean, today is what, August 16th?
Halfway, halfway. Yeah, I was trying to pull up. At one point, I did a study on 50-day moving average breaks, and I think I did a YouTube video on that over a year ago. I don't see it right now, but I had some numbers and probabilities on what happens on that break.
We'll find it. If you find
I'll
it,
look
we'll
it
link
up.
to it in
Yeah.
the description. All right. So we got to talk about our positions. We got to talk about some new trades that we identified and we want to share with you if you're interested in those. But we got to talk about two stocks first that are a little bit moving the markets today. I mean, first here is Target, that still is up 3.5% after pulling back because they reported earnings today. I mean, they were up as much as, I believe it was 5% earlier today.
Yeah, pre-market, I think I saw they were up 8%. So a bit of a reversal, although still positive for the day. They reported better than expected earnings. I didn't pull up the chart. I know that they slashed their guidance there. So they slashed their full year guidance and posted revenue for the recent quarter that was worse than expected. But I think they had an earnings beat. Am I right about that?
It's just super odd, right? Because especially since they say, well, we did have. So you're right. I mean, the profitability was better than expected and by a lot. So 25% better than expected. However, I mean, as I said, revenue came in slightly lower, and they said this decline will continue because we don't see consumer spending as much, which is kind of in contrast to what we saw in the retail sales report that was released yesterday. But I mean, Target says we are still struggling to attract discount shoppers. Seems that discount shoppers still go to Dollar Tree. So if we look at Dollar Tree, they go to Walmart and they go to what's the other one? Family Dollar, right? Um, are they traded at the exchange? Not quite sure, but definitely Dollar Tree. There was another discount. Can't remember right now. If you guys remember the other discount or deep discount retailer, type it in the comments. Leave a comments. Help us out here. Anyhow. And then we have Tesla. The Tesla down again today, has been on a slide here. I mean, Tesla just remains a wild card. And I know that some people love trading it. We're staying away from this because it's just crazy. Did you see the news today?
I did. So they were down 2% pre-market, down 1.4% right now on news that it actually cut prices on Model S and Model X inventories in China. So investors not liking that news. Opening lower, actually rallying to go positive during the session, but pulling back again. And it looks like it could be, what's that? If we continue to trade where we're at right now, 4-day losing streak for Tesla.
Yeah, it looks like it. And see, this, I don't know if other car companies are raising and lowering their prices as frequently as Tesla does, and nobody talks about them, and everybody's just talking about Tesla. But it seems that Tesla is constantly adjusting their prices to what they believe they see in market demand and yeah, in market demand. And this is where I think last year they adjusted their prices 11 times or something crazy like this.
Wow, wow. And you're right. To be honest, I don't know, like for other car companies, if that's a norm and we just don't hear about it because everybody's fixated on Tesla, or if that's highly unusual.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about our positions and then a few new trades, if you guys want. So, first of all, let me zoom out a little bit. ALB, that is the stock where we got assigned, and I got assigned at 192.50. You got assigned at 190. Today, ALB had a really good rally, and you did sell calls against your existing position.
I did. I was able to get a buck 10 on the shares that I own, or on calls against the shares that I own. So bringing down my break even $1.10. I was hoping we get a little more follow through there. That didn't come during the first 2 days of the trading week. There was more premium a little bit early on, but at this point, with it being Wednesday, I wanted to make sure to capture that premium for this expiration, and hopefully we'll rally a little bit. I definitely am looking to be in this one, so we'll see what happens by the end of the week and if calls are available next Friday.
Yeah. So my stock purchase price a little bit higher at 192.50. So I put in an order for 80 cents that would give me 50% annualized. I have not been filled yet. And if we take a look at a 5-minute chart of ALB, well, a little bit all over the place here. I mean, at first opening lower, pushing higher. Now, just a few minutes ago, as we started the show, making the highs of the day, pulling back a little bit. But boy, what a range here. If you're looking at the range from the low of the day to the high of the day, that is 3.8%. So this puppy can move.
It can, and that for this stock is about $7, and that's exactly why on Monday when it was trading around 183, I was thinking it would be easy for this to pop up to 187, right? And on yesterday's session, we had about a $5 range, and when it was trading around 183, I thought this one could make a pop. Today, it did make that pop, and hey, nice premium. I'll take the buck 10.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's a great job there. I'll see if I can get my 80 cents. I'm willing to lower it to 70 cents because even if I lower it to 70 cents, it will be definitely well above the 30% annualized that I'm looking for. If I'm looking at the bid ask right now, it's 40 by 55 cents. I mean, I could just go for 50 cents, which will give me 31% annualized. Nice $500 for the next couple of days. I might this. So anywhere between 50 and 70 cents, I think I'll take some premium here in as well today. All right, let's see. What else do we have going on? CSIQ. So CSIQ, super interesting, a little bit all over the place, right? I mean, today, kind of undecided where they want to trade. So here, I got assigned at 35. That's my cost basis. My break even is at 34, 35. So we have not been able to sell calls against our existing position this week just yet. So you were able to sell some calls last week. They expired worthless. This week we are still waiting for a little bit of a pop here in CSIQ so that we can sell some calls.
Yeah, finding some short-term support there, right around 32, and it started to turn positive. There's definitely some premium in next week's expiration because of earnings. So around an earnings, there's going to be uncertainty, and that's getting priced into the options. I mean, just a little more movement to the upside in those calls next week at 35 look pretty good.
Yeah. NEE, another one, super interesting. So we got assigned at 69.50 and today up. And that's where we're also trying to see if we can find some premium in NEE at the 69.50 here. Let's see what is available right now. 5 by 10 cents, that's not enough. We need at least 17 cents. So let's wait and see if we can get 20 cents here, maybe later today or tomorrow. That's definitely another one that we are watching.
Yeah, down a little bit from our assignment price and keeping an eye on it. It's only down like 2.5%, so it's not a big move, but starting to look towards next week and hoping that we get a little bit of a rally here. It feels like we're gonna get a bounce. We had this pullback. We've been waiting for it. It's given us an opportunity to get into new trades and get some really nice premium. So this is what we've been waiting for, and now we're just kind of trying to figure out where we go. I think that we have the potential to move a little bit.
All right. By the way, talking about new trades, we got to go through one more position, PNC here, but then I do have a post-it with a bunch of new trades for you. Want them? Give us a like. Let's trade. So in exchange for a like, I have 6 possible trades for you today, if you want them. Okay, going back here and looking at PNC. So PNC, this one, let me just refresh the screen here. Getting a little bit caught in this this downturn that we have in the banking. So yesterday we had a down move. Today they're slightly down 0.6%. So I think that with this afternoon's meeting minutes, the financial industry could move. And this is where we might see a bounce here. So right now, trading at some solid support here at around 120. And let's see if we can bounce back up so that we can sell some more calls against our existing position here.
Looks sounds like a plan. Waiting for that one.
Yeah. Then also,
Alexa, stop.
I traded DFS yesterday. I sold the 90 put, and that is still available today. In fact, you can go as low as 87.50, 89, or 90. So there is definitely some premium in there. DFS really moved lower yesterday after news that the CEO stepped down, and right now they appointed an interim CEO, but everybody thinks that they are still scrambling to find a CEO. That is where DFS is down another 2%. I'm still liking it. I'm okay buying DFS at a price of 90. So we'll see what happens here by Friday over the next few days. That's a trade I took. This is a trade that still is available. So this is one of the trades out of my list for you. We talked about it yesterday. And right now you can get even a lower strike, or you can get more premium for the 90 strike if you want to follow what I'm doing here.
I like that one, but I traded something different.
You did trade UPS, and
Yes.
you traded the 170.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So UPS at 172 right now. I kind of like this support zone between 167.50 and 170. And yesterday I took the 170, got some nice premium there. There's still some nice premium at the 170, although UPS is down a little bit more today, down another $1.22. I looked at the 167.50 just to see if there's some premium there, because that would be real nice support, but there just isn't enough premium to make that one interesting for this week or next week. So 170 still an option, still a possibility. I'm okay owning shares at 170, and we'll see what happens by Friday.
Yeah. Then we also have GM, General Motors. I mean, we have been talking about it. I'm not trading it right now because I'm full. I have 5 positions in my portfolio, but I do like the strike price of 32. And we do have some mastermind members who have taken this trade.
Yes, absolutely. Decent trade. Gosh, yeah. You've made some nice money with GM. And
Oh, yeah. I mean, this year I traded GM quite a lot. Let's just see how many trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I traded 5 times already this year.
Nice.
So that worked out well. So again, with the markets right now pulling back a little bit and no longer on this just massive up and away, we definitely do have more opportunities. And this shows, even though the VIX, the volatility index, is still super low here compared where we used to be. I mean, of course, during the pandemic, spiking to 80, but then usually hovering between 20 and 40 over the last couple of years. This year, lower, going as low as below 13, dipping below 13. Right now, a little bit at this upper range that we saw over the last few months, but the lower range from what we saw from the beginning of the year. But I mean, we're liking this. There is a nice premium. There's nice trades popping up, as you can see. Very happy with the trades that I'm in. Very happy with the trades that are popping up on the scanner.
I mean, this is what we've been waiting for, and there's definitely opportunity there for anybody who's trained the wheel strategy and willing to jump into some of these.
Yeah. Hey, I hope that you're enjoying the show. If you do, give us a like. And if this is your first time here, consider subscribing because we're going live every day. So tomorrow, we'll be back here showing you what our positions are doing, what the markets are doing, and maybe we have some more trades for you. So tune in and we'll see you tomorrow.
Happy trading, everybody.